Family, how to do. Translation, how are ya, how are ya, how are ya? Welcome back, darlings. Welcome back. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate y'all so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now look here, family. I have to come and chat again. Make nice. Make nice about our icon. Our icon and the way government are treat with icon. This man has literally single-handedly put Jamaica on the map. And when I say map, I mean the entire universe map. And him represent us well, serious representation, represent us well, and the people them turn around and treat him like a dirty doormat. They thief. First of all, Jamaica government want everybody to come to Jamaica and invest, invest, invest. Diasporas, you need to come back home and reinvest in your country. Build up your country and invest and bring up Jamaica's economy. And then when you do, then dig out your eye. Then dig out your eye and thief your money and go on like say nothing happened. This man had invested his money in his home country. And the dirty junker them thief out all of his millions of dollars. 12 million US dollars to be exact. I hope y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Please let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Monica, welcome, darling. Thank you for being here. Gloria Morris, hey, sweetness. Thank you for being here. Just give me a ding. Let me know if you can hear me, my people. But me say, them treat Usain Bolt like dirty doormat. Dirty mat. And then they want to convince us, say, we must come home and invest in a Jamaica. Why would we? Why would we? Little low limb bottom leaf tobacco. Why would we come home and invest our hard-earned money in Jamaica when them do an icon, a public figure like Usain Bolt? Why would we come home? Us look about bottom leaf tobacco, you know. Come in a foreign, come work in a ice and snow and excruciating heat and ugly weather and save up our money. Why should we come back home and invest it in Jamaica when you do a public figure, an icon like Usain Bolt? Why would we do him like that? Thief out all of him money and go on like say nothing happened. Why should we come back home and invest our money? The man has been quiet for 2 years and thieving money out of SSL investment firm. And he sat for 2 years waiting patiently on the crooked government to pay back him money and get his money and pay him back, along with all the other people that then thief out their money out of SSL. But instead of coming out and saying where they are with the man money, them send out this blasted little dirty skettle, send out gal, all mattress back to come victim shame the man. They send her out to come victim shame the man over his own money. Him own money what in thief. The man come out and ask, finally coming out and asking questions about where him money there. Because there's no movement, nothing go on, and he want to know. And them send out this little dirty kettle. Excuse me, y'all people come me vex. This little dirty kettle Venetia, mattress back Venetia Phillips. Girl, go look walk. Go look walk and take your mattress back self, God doctor, go find, get somebody to give you some penicillin shot. Go look walk and find yourself in a doctor office to go make them give you some penicillin shot because you're rotten. You're rotten. Me bex people, me bex. Sorry for all of that, but me bex. How dare they? Where they do that at? I mean, seriously, who does that? Who the hell does that? Then lock up Gina and Panton as this mastermind behind this whole SSL scandal and scamming and thievery. Then lock up she alone, you know. She alone. Take thief, move $12 million of one person's money. Just one person. $12 million. We ain't talking about the other 200 people that their money disappeared, went up in smoke. Like said, the money rolled itself in a spliff and smoke itself, and it went up in smoke. She alone get caught up in this. Me said, Jesus have mercy. And then the woman come out, you know. The woman come, they made her the scapegoat. They promised her heaven and earth if she would take the blame for all of this mess to cover up the white man's ass. The sticky finger white man's ass. Promised her the world. And she foolishly come out and say, oh, it was me. I did it. It was me. And I'm sorry. Hello, excuse me. What? There is no amount of money on God's green earth. You hear me? No amount of money on God's green earth for me to go take the blame and turn scapegoat for some blasted, crooked, sour sap, sour hog white man, much less government. You're joking. You have got to be joking. There is no damn way. And then the woman come out and she say, Shaggy song, it wasn't me. They caught her hand on the counter. It wasn't she. And she called name. The lady called name. Say, who put her up to it? Who told her to take the blame? And to take the fall for them. And nobody pay attention to that? Not a soul? The Jamaica justice system is jacked up to the max. When I say jacked up, I mean jacked up. Because here you have somebody who come out the gate, you know, when the whole debacle went down and the whole scandal bust. She come out the gate and put her foot and her hand on her neck on a chopping block and say, Ami. Because them promised her whatever. And when the promises didn't come through and everything started tumble down on she alone, she said, hold on, wait a minute. And on me alone, I didn't do any of that. I might have done some, but I didn't do all of that. And this is the person who tell me, say, come to me with a bribe and tell me, say, them going to do this, and this for me if I take the blame. She came, me said, the woman come out the gate, and say, she thief, SSL money. But she come back when the promises that she was given were not kept. She came back and she said, look here, you know, me say I me to do it, but here how me come to say I me do it. Huge crackery. The big old huge fat sour sap crackery man tell me say me must do this and say I me do it because him go and promise me this, that, and the third. And none of the promises came through. Now hear my thing. Where this person is, where this lady attorney? Who the hell is this lady's attorney? And why in the hell are they not fighting for her? Why aren't they fighting for her? Has anybody heard who her representation is? Who is her attorney on record? And has anybody heard anything since she got jail or prison that she have an attorney and the attorney has been fighting on her behalf and the attorney come out and the attorney said this, that, and that? Not a peep. The damn attorney for Gina and Panton is so freaking quiet. You could hear rat piss on cotton. It's so quiet. Where is her attorney? Something no smell right. Something no smell right. I know, no, the old crooked teeth and bulldog in a lipstick, the DPP, what, dirty, crusty, rusty, musty Condrew. Go bamboozle and change constitution. For she come back in her office after her old crusty behind should have gone home, gone sit down in her rocking chair. Bring her back in office and she come now and talk crap about she ready to prosecute. Prosecute what? Prosecute who? When nobody after Gina and Panton came out and said, no, it wasn't me. I was coerced by Hugh Crockery. And Mr. The woman called name and giving details. And nobody was there to investigate. And her attorney was mouth lock. No, sir. No, something not right at all, Mr. Something not right. Smell like rotten fish. Smell like rotten fish. And you know, right. It is not right. And I wonder if she had called Dirty Condrew name. Well, she essentially called Condrew name because Hugh Croskery and Dirty Condrew are bosom buddies, them like behind and bench. Them are behind and bench, and them I keep the woman locked up to keep her quiet. I would not be quiet a damn tall. I would not be quiet. When I tell you I would have ball out, I would have ball out long time and continue to ball out. No star. I tell you, this is wickedness after all. Wickedness. Now let me hail up all my wonderful, beautiful people that are here with me right now. Gloria Morris, thank you, love, for being here. I appreciate you so very much. Monica Wills, thank you, love, for being here. Thank you all so very much. The Easy Jerk World. Thank you for being here, family. Will y'all cook up to the boss? Because my friend real sweet, man. I don't know if she's here yet, but well, she look for soup. Me not cook no soup today, too hot. It's too hot for soup, so I go outside, go sit down in the hot sun, in the warm sun, and me done. Thank you for being here, family. I appreciate you so very much. Paula Shelley, welcome, honey. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all so very much. Family, for all of you that are here, begging do me a big favor, please. It's my birthday month, you know. My birthday was the first. I'm still begging birthday support. Like up the live for me, please. Share out the live. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Me in the incubator stage, I may learn for roll now, and I'm going to roll over into the bassinet. I want to roll over into the bassinet. So Like up the live, share it. Tell somebody about me. Tell somebody say Debbie Jervis TV is over here. And come on over when me come out. Me push out my head. For make some little barkings. Appreciate y'all so very much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, my dears, my lovely people, we dirty Prime Minister. We dirty Prime Minister. Dr. Dotty Jankro. He is no damn doctor. Him go buy honorary doctorate degree from Delaware State. I still have to finish my investigation on that to see how much air quotes donations was made to Delaware State University for him get that, excuse me, honorary doctorate degree. I still have to finish my investigation on that. I got sidetracked because I got sick and thing happened. But yes, Dr. Dotty Janker Condrew Colmes, the man, when me say the man have nothing about him, the man have nothing about him. You know, see what him start talk about now? Him a talk about PMP badmind him. And the opposition people and the people in opposition badmind him. Badmind you for what, sir? For your crookedness and your corruption and your thievery? Badmind you. How? Why? For what? Are you doing such a wonderful job and such a pristine job and you have such a squeaky clean personality and you're such an upstanding citizen and you're doing so much for Jamaica, that's why them badmind you? You, sir, are a junker. Can I tell you that? You're a junker. Nobody don't badmind you for nothing. Not a blessed thing. And you up here chat pure fart. Hey, Lord God. Me say, the man say, we badmind him. Here ya. Here.
YouTube and TikTok. They badmind us. They badmind the Jamaica Labour Party for its performance. They badmind the Jamaica Labour Party for our achievements. And they are badminding us for doing the things that you have always wanted a government to do. And when they had power for all this time, they never do it. And as soon as we start to do it, they try to turn the good into bad. They are a bad mind set of people. So we have been doing what the people want us to do. We have been fulfilling the social consciousness and social conscience of the people of Jamaica, who say everybody should have a good house to live in. Remember, them did bad mind about my house. And when you give me the chance, me say, you know what, me going to make sure say every Jamaican have a good house to live in. And we have administered the affairs of the nation such that we can deliver that promise. And as I stand here today, I tell all of you who are gathered and everybody who is listening, put that on YouTube and TikTok, that under my administration, every Jamaican will have decent shelter to live in. That is not a promise. That is a commitment. Some of you even here will say, here goes the politician. Oh, that's going on. Hear what I tell you. It is not impossible for every Jamaican household to have decent shelter. It is not impossible for every road in Jamaica to have decent driving surface. It's not impossible for every home in Jamaica that is within a certain distance from established water sources to have water in their home. It's not impossible. And it is not impossible for there to be no murders in Jamaica or in your little parish here. It is not impossible. We need to stop not just with the bad mind,
When I hear the man talking about the same lying, cheating campaign promises, roads, good roads, and what it's not impossible to have good roads. Mr. Sir, how long you in office now? How long you in office now and local roads look like canker teeth? The road are full of craters. The crater them so big that when rainfall, water catching there, and if you drop in a one, you will dead. You will drown. How long are we supposed to wait for all households in Jamaica to get running water, sir? It's not impossible. What the backside is taking so long? There is no movement, absolutely no movement on water, running water going from a pump house, an estuary, a water table to get into people's homes. How long that going to take? How long it going to take? You come with the same thing in your previous election campaign and promise everybody in Jamaica going to have running water in their homes and they're going to have good roads, good local roads. And I'll know, what is this, 9 years now? 9 years later, it's still not come to fruition. Still don't come to fruition. But you're still out there walk and talk and run your mouth and talk about people are bad mind you. Mr. Sir, the supposed doctoral degree holder. You're supposed to be the prime minister of the country and you walking around disparaging the citizens and the people with that kind of talk? Who bad minding you, sir? No, you are bad minding the people them. No, you are bad minding the people of the country. By the time them get one step up or one leg up, you chop out them foot from under them. As soon as you find out, say, them a make a little prosperity for themselves because they can't depend on you, sir. They can't depend on you. You thief for them land blatantly. You send bulldozer go bulldoze down their house or what them a build liquor by liquor, bit by themselves. And now you thief them land right out from under them, under the guise of building them indigent social housing. Condrew, who are bad mind you? Seriously, who are bad mind you? You come with your mouth full of lie. Lie, you know. Talk about every poor man must build them mansion. But when the people them start build them mansion, scrimping and scraping, you know, and start build them own mansion. Hello, Bernard Lodge people. You remember that? Once they start build for them mansion, scrimping and scraping, you, Mr. Demolition Man, come and bulldoze down the people them house and tell lie about say a gangster a take over Bernard Lodge and a gangster they build up down there and the thief the property and the this and the that. Tell me who a bad mind, who know? That's not a bad mind on your part. That's not a bad mind on your part. You got Bernard Lodge got bulldoze along the people them house. And now you can talk crap about people are bad mind you. Look here, Mr. Junker man. Go take several seats on a stump. Sit down on one stump that have barbed wire on it. You hear? That's what you need to go do. You lie, you thief, you scandal, you just all around disgusting and despicable. You're a pussy thief, a pussy thief. And you talk and go on bad and a chat like say, somebody do you something. And the idiot dunce, green lizard them what they run upon and sniff upon you. They are so stupid and ignorant. Oh, yes, me good up, Prime Minister. Oh, yes, them bad mind you for your big mansion. Anyone who knows sit down and audience when him a chat and they blow a horn and they make noise. He know any of Una know where on the next meal is coming from. Una they run up and down behind Condrew in on the green this and green that what him give on. He know una, he know your name, he know where you live. Well, he will find out where you live when he want your vote. Because he might carry $5,000 come give you and a box food. But on a regular, outside of election season, they know you. Him know if you exist. Him know if you're alive or dead. Him know if your belly full or if you're hungry and you're so hungry your belly reaching at your back. Him know anything about you, no? Bunch of moronic idiots. On a sick stomach to next string. Oh, geez, let me tell you. Come on in, people. Thank you all for being here. Paula Shelley, thank you for my belated birthday greetings, love. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. Colin, hey, bud. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Blessings, Althea. Thank you for joining me, love. Noreen Robinson. Thank you for being here, honey. Welcome, welcome. Yes, Andrew, sick stomach to rotted. Him sick stomach, bad, bad, bad. Welcome, Christine Gilbert, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Pat Brown, thank you for joining me, love. Blessings to you. Thank you for being here. Yes, the man's sick stomach to next string. Really, really bad. In lie, in thief, in it me say if the man could, if we was paying attention, would have seen how in thief out milk out of coffee to next string. Thief out milk out of coffee. Now let me go back to Usain board for a minute. Let me go back to Usain board for a minute. The man sit on myself for 2 whole years. I wait for the junker them to give him back in money. And nothing. And now that he finally broke his silence because he said in his video, in his podcast, on the podcast, all sort of media outlets wanted to interview him to talk about him 12 million US dollars that the junker them thief out in account. And him a wait for them give back him money and wait and patiently waiting and not saying anything because as a very, very staunch patriot, he was trying to keep embarrassment off of him homeland. But sir, I must tell you, homeland and its government don't give a biscuit about you. They don't give a biscuit about you. And I swear God would have to come out the heavens and come stand in front of me and tell me, Debbie, it's not so. May I tell you, say when damn dirty Condrew get the insider trading information that SSL was going belly up, him going and him scrape out for him money. Me know say whatever he originally invested in SSL was not what he took out. Because for the amount of time he was in SSL investing, he must have lost some of his original investment money. And him not going to lose nothing. So when him go figure scrape out for him money before the alarm sounds the SSL belly up, him scrape out some of Usain money in a for him scrape too. They say God would have to come out the heavens, come stand up in front of me and tell me, no, Debbie, it's not so. That did not happen. He took out only his money. Damn lie. I will not believe that. That man is a wicked, wicked, thieving, crooked, pussy-eyed junker. I didn't have the audacity and nerve come talk about people bad minding. Bad mind you for what? Now when Usain Bolt come out and start talk about him money, they send out the little dirty skettle to come attack him and discredit him and want the other dirty green lizard them to come attack him about his money. They're sending out their bands of dunces to come attack the man over his own hard-earned money. Them bunch of wicked bastards. I'm glad his attorney came and talked about come and defend the man. I'm glad his attorney
All right, sorry about that, sir. So, first, let me get from you what you make of this furor that's taking place over the comments Mr. Boat made about the funds that are missing from his account.
All right. First of all, I think we should be fair to Mr. Boat and understand when he said the government will give me back my money or some words to that effect, or the government must do something about it. One must understand that Mr. Bolt is not an attorney. He was not speaking in any forensic way to say the government has my money. He's saying that we have a government in Jamaica. Something has gone wrong at a financial institution. Something must be done about it. The matter has been moving along slowly, both in the criminal court and in the civil court. Now, persons ought not to ascribe to Mr. Bolt a political motive because he says the government should do something. That's very petty and without any merit whatsoever. But what has happened is that persons have now come down on Mr. Bolt and are saying, look, it's your fault why you have lost your money. And they are now entering into this victim blame, where you blame the person who suffered the loss or the damage and say it's your fault why you suffered this misfortune. And this is very, very unfortunate. And this is something that we believe we should discontinue, and we should understand that he's entitled to demand that the government does something about it. And there are reasons why he's so entitled. One of them is that the FSC, the body that is set up to regularize, manage, control, and see to it that financial institutions are compliant with the law, gave a certificate each year to SSL. So anybody who goes there, including the Prime Minister who had an account there, government departments and several members of parliament who had accounts there, they relied on the fact that the entity obtained a certificate from the Financial Services Commission, the FSC, and therefore they presume properly that the place is in good standing and a safe place to put your money. So you can't blame Mr. Bolt for going there.
Miss say, the man start ask question about him money, and them a vilify him no. Victim shame the man because the drunkard them know so then thief the man money, and he's not staying quiet anymore. That amount of money in an investment first of all, the investment firms have management hierarchy up the wazoo. Any amount of money being moved from one account to another has to get prior approval from management. And Jean Ann Panton was not management. She was not management. She was a top tier specialist, if you will, or broker. But in order to move them the kind of money there, she had to get the approval of top management. She not just moved them the money. She cannot move the money by herself according to their procedures and their protocol. So when she came out and said, I know them come to her and say, and she listened to them stupidly, of course, and follow them and listen to what them say and listen to their lying promises. They still, hierarchy management still had to authorize and approve the transfer of those funds. You hear the attorney say the money was done by bank transfer. Bank transfer. So the money going into SSL, Usain's money going into SSL was done by bank transfer. It ain't can't go in there, like the man says, scandal bag and put pan counter. Or it ain't can't one block a basket, go one market basket, go put it on pan counter and say, here, I want to invest this. Just take care of it from me and me come back and hear what I have to say. The bastards were sending him statements every quarter, or however often they send out their statements, and telling him his money is fine and his money is growing. So what the hell happened? How him I get statement and no money in the account for him? The money disappeared, the money gone. How the hell them getting statement to send out to him? Bunch of dirty lying bastards. Let me listen to his attorney go on a little more. I'm not
The
gonna play the
funds actually got to the account, because one of the accusations that's out there now is that the money was stolen before it actually got to the account. You've said it differently.
Well, let's deal with that. Who has the record, the information that the money was stolen and was not sent to SSL? Who has that information? And why not take it to the police and identify the person who stole the money? Why? Why this big red herring without a head nor a tail? Why? Well, let me tell you, Mr. Bolt's money was sent to SSL by bank transfers. The investigations conducted by Mr. Ken Tomlinson, who was put in charge by the FSC, his records confirm that Mr. Bolt's money was sent there. The persons who are saying it was stolen, which started at a certain media house, has not presented one bit of evidence to say it was stolen on the 10th of March and the amount stolen was $5 or $6. A red herring has been thrown across the path, and the question is, what's the motive for doing that?
I want to ask you what you think the motive is for doing that, and what do you make
Sorry?
of the... I want to ask you what you think is the motive for doing that, and what do you make of sections of the portions of the investigation being leaked without the public or yourself or your client being apprised of the entire situation?
Well, two things to be said about that. I am not aware that any part of the report from the investigators has been leaked. I'm not aware of that. If persons are saying they got parts of it by a leakage, then that would be something to be condemned and to question the reliability of the investigation, because they have taken bits and parts and leak it to their media of choice. Then you need to know why and why at this point it is being leaked, especially given the fact that the learned DPP is in today's newspaper as saying she's now ready to go to trial. What is happening?
Are you and your client a part of the investigation, as in have the authorities been reaching out to you or your client to get further information about what might have taken?
No, we have not been contacted for further information, and we have not been contacted by the investigators or the prosecutor regarding this leakage of information that the money never got to SSL. We have not been contacted about that.
Now you tell me. You tell me. At this kind of governance and government, people are Badmind, Condrew. This is the kind of government and governance people are Badmind, Condrew. Look here, Jonker. Gonna blow your nose out in a bush here. My God. Welcome all that have joined me in a lateness here. I appreciate y'all so very much for coming on. Look here. Christine Gilbert said that's why Ligel ran away. Yes. Ligel hand in the cookie jar up to him rotted shoulder too. Him had money in SSL and him take out for him money too. And next year, you know, boom, bam, kitty, IMF him gone. Come chat, lie and talk about how him going bring in FBI and him going to this and him going to do that. And next thing you know, oops, bye-bye. IMF came calling and bam, him gone. Runway left, everybody else holding the bag. Well, no, Gina and Panther holding the bag. While him take off and gone. Sucking teeth and gone. Say me can't bother with on this no more. No star. Welcome, Sophia Hall. Thank you for being here, my love. I appreciate you so very much. Nah, man. Me say, the people them are run the country in a way. It's like say, them are going like say, a fit them place. Them buy the whole country and them go and run it how them see fit. Them go and run it how them see fit and them go and do what them want and nobody not supposed to say nothing to them. These old crooked liar people no message gears no because may I go back to the housing and the land grabbing and the thieving. May I go back to the thieving because we can't let this go on. We can't let go the thieving, the big fat vat of thievery going on in the country. We have to keep it in the forefront and we have to talk about it and we have to go out there and make noise about it. Me Jamaican people, me say me want to go out there and make noise about it. Go do your peaceful protest. And speaking of protest, there was a protest this afternoon at the Blue Lagoon in Portland. I sure hope a lot of you went out there and lent your voice to the event because then take where Blue Lagoon from we too and get a foreigner. We don't have access to Blue Lagoon anymore. Just like how we don't have access to many of our beaches around the island. When you hear me say island is a piece of land was surrounded by water. We don't have access to Badmind Beach. We don't have full access to Puerto Rico Beach because Puerto Rico turned segregated now because Black folks can only go there certain days. We don't have access to so many of our beaches. Everywhere the crook them carry in foreign hoteliers come juke up hotel. They not only sell them the land on the beach, they sell them the beach too. How the hell you going to sell a beach and water? Ocean, God's given natural ocean and beach. How you going to sell that to somebody? And then them turn around and tell we, the natural born Jamaicans who are living in the country, say we can't come and feed them beach. Excuse me? What kind of rottenness is this? No, sir, this cannot continue. Can't continue. Listen to this old lying junk.
So, yeah, you were asking about the social housing program. So the social housing program is designed to assist Jamaicans who are in the most difficult housing situations, meaning that their housing condition is such that it is considered to be unsafe, unhealthy, in a state of dilapidation, and their economic condition is such that they are not able to improve, upgrade, repair, or rehabilitate their housing. They are not working. They are probably retired. They are senior citizens. All right. Or they are indigent. We also require that the beneficiary has access, owns, or has permission. All right. Or has permission to use the land on which the granted benefit will be built. So, how do you actually get on the program? The first point is through your member of parliament. It's an MP-driven program. All right. All right. So they will take your information. They are allotted 5 housing solutions each year for each constituency. All right, here we go. And they then pass these applications on to the new social housing program, which is a unit in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation under housing. And that unit has an oversight committee which takes all the applications. They vet them and they do very thorough, very rigorous social investigation. So they actually come to your house or where you reside. They do a social survey. They talk to people in your community. They verify your employment status, your income status, your ability to work. They do a thorough check. And then after that process, they then verify that you actually either own the land or have access to the land or permission. And that would include bringing all the documentation and taxes up to date. And then from that process, it goes back to the selection committee to determine whether or not you actually pass the criteria. The whole process can take as short a time as 8 months, or we have seen situations where the process is as long as 2 years. So there is some amount of patience required. We are delivering now approximately 5 to 6 units per week, and we are completing probably about 8 to 10 per week. The objective is to... All right! The objective is to increase the pace of completion and increase the pace of delivery. We're over 300 houses now, so I'm expecting that next year the program will have developed the horsepower to be able to increase the pace at which we deliver, so that more people can get their houses more quickly. All right, TikTok, good talking to you. I'm going to get back to some work now as we head to the next location.
Liar, thief, land grabber, land thief. Now, here, hey, him say, the program, the people them have to go through them MP to get application, and the MP get the application to the department that handles all of this. Now, Mr. Deadman Mackenzie, MP, on national television in Jamaica, talking about
the social indigent housing program of the government of Dr. Condrew, and I'm really proud of what we have been able to accomplish and lives that we have touched and changed.
I'm happy that you've shed some light on it, and I would have wanted you to dive a little bit more into the program itself, since it was started by your ministry.
Okay, what the program does, as I said before, persons can apply. They are investigated by the poor relief officers. They must have the land to build the units. And once that is done, we now proceed after the investigation to see whether or not the persons are eligible. They meet the criteria which is set up. Because you must be a part of a program that does not allow you on your own. And there are cases where we have provided houses for persons who probably are not that destitute, but because of their circumstances, we have provided for them. Now, the Poor Relief Department of the municipal corporations retain responsibility for the units.
Yes.
So while you occupy those units, the Poor Relief Department does its monthly checking on the units. You are not allowed to do any addition to the units. The units come fully furnished. It is something that I when I came up with the idea of furnishing the units, we did it because there are cases where we saw persons have homes, but there is nothing for them to sleep on. So we figured it does make sense to give you a nice room, and then you have to sleep on the cold ground.
Or furnish the
So we provide the necessary furnishing for the unit.
Right.
Now, the unit cannot be rented. It is not for sale. No addition can be done to the unit. And the unit cannot be handed down to family. And we have cases where occupants have died and the poor relief department retains the unit, and then it is handed over to someone else who is in need.
Absolutely.
So what we do, and we encourage persons to take care of the units. We notice that a lot of all of our units are built from concrete, and it has been done deliberately.
No, family. Wanna hear what the man say? The man say, the MP say, in order for you to get a house, you must have land. What the social housing program, the indigent part, you must have land in order to be qualified for this house. You must have land. Them verify say the land is yours. Them verify say you're indigent. And what them do after you bring your title, your deed or whatever to your land, them investigate and make sure say it is yours, you can use it, and then check to make sure say the land is they are able to be built, they are able to build a house on your land. Then go through the checks and balances and process and checks, and then when it's deemed that you are indigent, then build a house on your land. They build a house on your land. You're in the house. Not only do they build a concrete house on your land, them also furnish it. Because you don't own the house. You own the land. Well, then you don't own the land no more, because now that you done presented your paperwork and your documentation that you own the land, them take it and it belongs to government. Them thief your land, because once them build a house on your land and you live in there, if y'all notice, if you notice, all these indigent houses where them a hand out key for and have big rotted ceremony for, they're being given to elderly and the vulnerable. Them a give them to the elderly people, and them have monthly checks, so them go to the house to make sure everything is on the up and up, because you cannot put an addition on the house. You cannot rent the house when you're dead. It can't be rented. You cannot hand the house down to any relatives. When you pass on, you can will it or bequeath the house to no generation, because it don't belong to you. Even though it's on your land, it don't belong to you. It belongs to the government. And once you are done and you pass on, you'll come out of the house, then fluff up the furnishings, dust off everything, and put another indigent person in the house on your land. What happened to the criteria for the next indigent person coming in the house? What happened to their land criteria? How come they don't have to have land? Or do they have to have land and then turn over the title and deed to the government so they can get into a house, and then that other piece of land for the next person gone to? Or what kind of chickeny, thieving bullcrap this is? What kind of mess and nonsense is this? Then thief. Jesus help us, them a thief out. We yai out of the socket. Calling you right, them a 2-foot puss, indeed. The two of them, all of them. Oh my word. Oh, mighty God. Welcome, Johnny H. Johnny say, Jamaica must be the #1 country in the world with the most investigations. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. Welcome, producer Wayne Global TV 358 studio. Them are land thief, yes? They absolutely are. Because I have yet to hear an explanation as to why you consider me an indigent person and you go and build a house for me. Because I think if I remember correctly, the man said through the poor relief program, you know, and the social housing program of his esteemed prime minister, him says so. So who a thief and who a cover it up? I know that we start ball out and make noise and ask question about what happened to the people them land. What happened to the people them land? Them a come with them mouth full of lie now and a twist and turn and they tell different story now, you know, different story. Them a try to twist it and spin it to give a different view.
We
Listen.
build houses on lands that belong to the beneficiary. And I use the term belong in its loosest sense. So the beneficiary, and as a cock crow, to say that it is true, the beneficiary must show with proof to the new social housing program that they have interest in the land in the form of a title which shows their ownership, or they have a lease in the land which shows that they have approval from the owner to occupy the land. And usually we will accept leases that are considered long-term lease. Long-term leases are usually over 40 years, 50 years and more, because that ensures that the home that is built on the land stays with the beneficiary. So the new social housing program does not reclaim any house. Indeed, it couldn't, because once the house is constructed, it becomes the property of the person who either owns the land or has authority to use the land for the long term.
On here, the 3-card Monty, the sticky finger Sam, cock crow, you know, cock crow. And they tell him, say, I lie, him a tell. Remember when in there halfway tree about him over there, they say prayer, when I read off a paper, and the birds them was singing and making noise and calling him a damn liar and a blasphemer. They should have shit on him too. The man, me say, the spin doctor come out with for him mouthful of lies and big word salad, and I try to take people eye off of the prize and I confuse people. And because we start ask question now, and they'd say, hold on, well, how come not thief the people in land? How come? How the people them get compensated for their land that they put up to show so them have land for them to build house on it for them? How come the government keep their land? Because the government is keeping their land when they build a house on my land. And when I pass on, the house that the government built for me on my land, it cannot go to any of my relatives or any of my future generations. And we can't add on to the house and make it bigger and comfortable to accommodate family. How come? We start ask question now and then realize that them catching a lie, then catching at a rat trap. Then catching at a rat trap, then the old frozen mouth, cobweb mouth, dead man Mackenzie. Him along with Stiffy Hughes, the old piece of
Central
tar
Kingston.
baby will look like
I see they put out that thing about me, about the indigent housing program. I Prime Minister social housing program. Once it is built on government property, if something go wrong, then it is the responsibility of the government to look about it. Those persons who find their own property and come in and it's illegitimate, we never tell nobody that we're going to take nothing from them. What they're trying to do is to create scandal and mischief. Lie them lie.
Desmond McKenzie. So this is what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Under the indigent program, those people are housed entirely on government property. Yes? As against people under the Social Housing Initiative who put up their own land and the government builds on it. It is theirs forever. And those who proposed and circulated knew that. They would have known that. But no, that's not the objective. You see, truth is now a casualty. So long as it suits us, yeah, run it.
Started by your men.
Look here, Stiffy Hughes. You, Mr. Black Spot, because if somebody take you and fling you against the wall, you're going to stick. Mr. Labor Right Mouthpiece. Mr. Scandal Bag. Why you don't go pay with the taxpayers the money, how much $1 million where you owe them in back taxes? And stop turn skettle for Labor Right Party. You hear the man in the damn interview say the people them have to have their land. Deadman Mackenzie say it out of him own froze him out. Them have one of the criteria to get an indigent house. You must have land. You must have title to the land, and you must prove say you own the land. And he went on to explain how the criteria go and how the house get built, and then check the land, make sure it's buildable, then can build house on it. And once them build concrete house, because all their houses are concrete built. Them also furnish the house, because it don't make sense for them to give somebody a room and then have nothing to sleep on, so then furnish the house. However, when you're dead, because I'm giving the houses to mostly elderly and the vulnerable, them give the houses to them. So when you pass on after living in the house for however long, the house go to another indigent person who has gone through the process and is qualified as an indigent to get the housing. The land is still there. The house is still on your land. The house is still, I have 2 acres of land. Me, Debbie Jervis, own a piece of property, 2 acres of land. I am considered indigent. Me no have no work. Me old. Me 89 years old. I'm in no work. Me don't have no job, and me can't get my pension, even though me work with government for 40 years. Me can't get my pension because government broke. And me apply for the indigent house because you say me must have land. Me have the land. Me carry the paperwork on, give you a show. You say, see, then me have land, me own land. Fine. You go through the process. Me qualify for the house now. Me at 89. You build the house for me. You furnish the house for me on my land. You build the house for me, furnish it for me on my land. Me living at the house for however many years, then God called me home. The house cannot go to my grandchildren or my children. I'm going to take it and give it to some other person, some other elderly person who's considered indigent. But them don't have to come with land. What happened to my land? How me get paid? How my family get paid for my land? Because it's not given, it's not going back to them. How we get compensated? How does my family get compensated for the land? And this a old fussy face one him I come talk about the truth is casualty. The truth, look here, the man came on national television and spoke the truth. He came on national television and spoke the truth. And now that everybody asking and questioning what happened to the land. How come the second person going into the house that own a bill for me don't have to produce land? What happened to my land? What happened to my piece of my 2 acres of land on a bill house pan for me? What happened to it? Look here. You see how bulldozer reach Bernard Lodge? I see him say that reach that the house was built on my land and me can't get my land back. That's all me I say. That's all me I say. Welcome, Jamaican foodie. Thank you for joining me, my love. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, thank you. Wanna hit up the like button for me, see? And subscribe. Hit the subscribe button too and share out the live. Tell somebody about me. Tell somebody that has not heard of me or know that I am here on YouTube. Send them a link. Send them a link. Marcia Thomas, welcome, my love. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Better late than never, baby. Better late than never. I appreciate you so very much. Hello, Joan Bailey. Welcome, my darling. Blessings to you, too. Thank you for joining me. Miss Annie Jones, good evening, darling. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. No, sir. Is our government here? Hey. You're talking about the man that keep gay party on New Year's Eve. You mean in the aquarium up there, summer there? Yes, darling. Yes. It's the New Year's fish party. The New Year's to take a borrow the Easy Jerks world quote, fish fry. It's New Year's Eve or New Year's Day fish fry party. Is it a dead house? Well, it will be a dead house, the Easy Jerk. It will be a dead house because if me then build a house for me and give it to me at age 89 and me live to be 99, me living there for 10 years and then me go home to my eternal home. A dead house? Come dead another house. Dead left the house. But somebody else get for coming, they can occupy the dead house on my land. No, sir. Can't go so. Cannot go so. Hey, Dwight Gray family, how you doing? Thank you for joining me, my dear. I appreciate you so very much. EM, hey, darling. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Contact information. Phone number, which is also Zelle. Okay, I remember my own number, which is also Zelle. And PayPal is also my Deb Jervis at hotmail.com. Family, if you feel it in your heart and in your spirit to send some monetary support, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank y'all so very much. Now look here. No, I want to touch a little bit on food supply. People, I beg you say, all I want to Jamaica. If you have one paint can, if you have one empty one motor tire, what now no good anymore, no depend on rim. If you have cardboard box, if you have any one kerosene pan, fully up of dirt. Fill them up with dirt and go squeeze some tomato seed in it. Cut off the bottom of one scallion, put in it. Take one piece of onion, put in it. If you can find garlic, take one piece, put in it. You have sweet potato what is budding. You have Irish potato what is budding. Cut off the budding with a little piece of the flesh. Put it in one pan with dirt. Plant on the food. Get callaloo and sprinkle the seed. Callaloo is the easiest thing to plant and to grow. Sprinkle callaloo seed all around the perimeter on a house. Get one little piece of yam head, put in one pot, plant it up. When it grow, reap it, replant it back. Get one little banana sucker from a neighbor who have 3, 4, 5 banana tree, plant in on the yard. Government officials have import license and import all sort of garbage food coming our country and making us sick as a dog. Me grow up in Jamaica, eating all of the as starchy as you want be. Me say in my grandfather had a farm, but also in our yard me had, still do, breadfruit tree, coconut tree. We have yam head. We had coffee tree, still do. We have cocoa. We raised pigs, and over the pigsty, he built a chocha harbor. We had chocha growing all over the place. We have star apple, we have orange, we have tangerine, we have tangelo, we have lime, we have ackee, we have guinea, we have June plum, we have cherry tree, guinea tree, soursop tree, custard apple tree, sweet sap tree, punganut tree. Around me, I go around the yard telling all the tree them we have, you know. We have up at the gate, we have a soursop tree on one side, on the other side, we have an olive plum tree, we have guinea tree coming out there. The guinea tree is gigantic. And me get my ass bust as a girl child growing up to go climb guinea tree. Because I'm a girl, I'm not supposed to do that. But me say, we had all of this in our yard. We still have most of them. The coconut tree them have died out from disease, but we have big hell of a pear tree. All that is the big pear tree sitting at the corner of our lot, and the tree hung over my neighbor yard. And me say me love pear so much. Me say me listen out for the pear them when them bear and them a drop. And one big pear drop one day, and me decide to go down there, go look for the pear. And me look, I'm gonna see the pear on our side of the fence. So me decide to jump the fence to go get the pear. Not seeing the broken bottle in the grass, in the weeds, and the vegetation that was growing there. Jumped down off the fence and landed on the broken bottle and give my foot one rotted slice. I fret, because I know that backside and I go get now, you know. Me get the pear anyway. I'm going to come up with a pear, foot a bleed, I walk, come up, foot a bleed, because, you know, you're in the yard and you walk barefoot. You know, no slippers and none of them something there. And I get one piece of backsliding from my auntie. We got jump fence, we got look for pear, because I didn't want the neighbors to get it, because they don't feel with pear, they don't feel with property. My auntie carry me go clinic. And them, you know how back then them wad up your foot. They put the purple tincture on it and wad up your foot with gauze and tie up your foot. You have look like you have this gigantic sore foot. And my punishment was, you're not staying out of school. You're going to school. You're going to dress up in your uniform and nice and starch and looking wonderful. And on my left foot was my socks up to my knee with my school shoes. And on the right foot that was injured was a gigantic bedroom slippers. I will never forget this slippers. It was like a checkered color slippers, but the colors were highlighter yellow, highlighter green, and navy blue. My auntie make me walk, go to school, and walk home with that big old slippers on my foot, because I was being a tomboy. and going to look for peer, jumping, climbing fence and jumping fence. And that was my punishment. But me say, we had all of these trees, fruit trees and food. We have banana tree. Me say, I eat ripe banana till I sick. Because as soon as me see the banana start turn yellow, I mind that I me sighted first and me I beat all the boys in the yard to go get that banana. We have gooseberry tree. Me say, we had all of this stuff in the yard. And again, I said, my grandfather, we raised pigs, we had goat, we had chicken. So our house was fully farmed out in the yard, and he had another a farm where he went to produce to take to the market. We have to go back to that, people. Me eat all of that, the food. Whatever I tell you, no starch. Me eat so much breadfruit and yellow yam and sweet potato and white potato in my young life and never sick. Me eat egg till me develop allergy to the egg. And me come here America and start name them GMO food and them processed food. And next thing you know, in my sprightly young old age, me get diabetes. Now you tell me, people, we have to go back to our natural stuff. We have to get back to the natural. Plant up your food, plant up your yard. Start with a kerosene pan, start with a paint pan, start with a motor tire. Little bit at a time. And before you know it, you have enough where you can take care of yourself. And then you barter, because now your neighbors, now them see you a plant up and you grow food and whatnot. If your neighbors raising chicken or raising pig or have goat, you can barter goat meat, chicken meat, eggs, fish. Some of the food where you grow or them no grow. We have to get back to our natural way of living, because me say we need to get back to it, because we can't rely on these ugly, nasty, unhealthy foods what the damn government is importing into our country and a feed we. And them and the food what the Chinese them are bringing in a container, because you know them have free reign, them have duty-free imports, them own the port, them own the airport. Them can bring whatever they want into the country. But if you don't notice, say the Chinese don't eat the food what them selling. We even here in America, Chinese food what them cooking for them restaurant, them don't eat it. The food that them cook and sell them don't eat it. Them cook separate to eat for them food. So all the garbage that them putting in the food that them selling us, figure we turn you into a big old soul, and we get obese and we get diabetes and we get hypertension and we get everything else. Them not eat that. You never notice it? You see, very rarely you see a Asian person that's fat. You very rarely see an Asian person that's fat. And 90% of the time when you think they're Asian and they're fat, they're probably another race. They're probably Mexican. Because some Mexicans have the features like Asians. So people may say, we have to go plant up. We have to grow what we eat and eat what we grow. And we have to get the corruption out of office. We have to get it out of office and get the corrupted people out of office. We have to. We can't keep them in any longer. Because if we keep them in any longer, we're done for. We don't have no Jamaica left. We really won't have no Jamaica left. And that's why I want to know if you go register to vote. Register to vote. Tell a friend. Bring a friend, bring a family member, bring a neighbor, bring somebody in your community. Carry them, go register them to vote while you register yourself. The voting rolls or the list, the voting registration list comes out May 31st of this year. You can continue to register up until that list comes out and continue to register even after the list comes out, because election are supposed to call till September. But you keep registering to vote and register as many people as you can. Tell as many people as you can. Make it a party to go and register to vote. And when them call the election, by any means necessary, find your way to a polling station and go dip your finger. Go dip your finger in the ink and vote for yourself, your family, your friends, your community, your country. Vote because your life depends on it. Your vote, my family, is your voice. Let your voices be heard. Vote out corruption and crookedness out of our country. We have to take our country back. All right? Family, I think I've come to the end of my rant and my rave. I thank you all so very much for joining me. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. Hit up the like button again for me, my loves. Share the live. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that Debbie Jervis is over here on YouTube and she's coming back out more often than she did before. And we're going to bonfire and we're going to ask pertinent questions and we're going to hold people accountable. We're going to hold people accountable. All right? Me love you, you know. Me love you like sweet potato pudding. Oh, that sounds good right about now. A nice fat piece of sweet potato pudding. I forgot to make one. Anyway, my darlings, thank you again for joining me. I'm gonna walk good. Peace and love. Love and peace. And one perfect love, everybody. Thank you all again for joining me. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your weekend. I don't know what pop off later on, because I want to know, so Jamaica always a keep. So, I gotta keep my eyes and my ears peeled, cock my ears to listen to see if anything I go on. I'll be catching you later, all right? Blessed love, Sophia Hall. Blessed love, everybody. Wanna walk good, cause I gone. All right, later, people.